In April 2024, flying over the frozen expanse of Greenland, the Gulfstream 3 NASA research aircraft had been conducting routine surveys of Arctic ice sheets when the radar instruments captured an image that defied explanation. Cryospheric scientist Chad Green recalls the moment when they spotted the impossible. Quote, "We didn't know what it was at first." Deep under the ice, stretching for miles, was the unmistakable geometry of human engineering. Large structures, perfectly preserved. As the crew rushed to contact the base, the true nature of their discovery began to unravel. What they had found was Camp Century, a highly classified Cold War facility built with a single, terrifying purpose: to be the last resort during a nuclear Armageddon. In 1960, Danish Prime Minister H.C. Hansen found himself staring into a diplomatic nightmare. He had just been informed U.S. military forces were constructing a massive underground base in northeastern Greenland, a Danish territory, and they hadn't bothered to ask permission. The Americans only revealed the project's existence after Danish officials began investigating disturbing reports from the region. When Hansen demanded answers, a harrowing and unsettling scheme emerged. Project Iceworm, a classified operation with such staggering scope and terrifying implications that it would haunt him for years to come. For Pentagon strategists in the 1960s, the worst-case scenario wasn't simply the start of a nuclear war, it was losing the crucial advantage of the first strike. Nuclear warfare strategy held that whoever struck first might be the only one left standing. A preemptive attack could obliterate an enemy's missile silos, command centers, and delivery systems in one devastating sweep, leaving them paralyzed and unable to retaliate. The Soviets knew this too, and the Americans needed insurance against a surprise Soviet first strike that could cripple their mainland defenses. Project Iceworm was that insurance policy, a plan of unthinkable ambition. Deep beneath Greenland's ice sheet, the U.S. military would construct a vast network of tunnels and bunkers, all buried 100 feet below the surface. This frozen labyrinth would house hundreds of nuclear missile launch sites connected by thousands of ice tunnels to command centers and military installations. The scale was mind-boggling. 52,000 square miles of underground infrastructure, 3 times the size of Denmark itself. Launch complexes would be buried 28 feet down, with missile silos probing even deeper into the ice. These launch sites would be arranged in clusters spaced 4 miles apart, with new tunnels dug annually. Within 5 years, they planned to have thousands of potential firing positions, allowing them to constantly rotate hundreds of Iceman missiles, modified versions of the Air Force's Minutemen.